Good morning to everyone. Good morning to class 11A. And this will be our last lesson for this semester. Our last lesson is local and foreign playwrights. So first, let us get to know our local playwrights. Our local playwrights is Alberto Florentino, and Alberto Florentino is a Filipino playwright and book publisher. His plays in English center on the conflicts in the everyday lives of ordinary Filipinos. The most famous among his work is The World is an Apple, which earned him his first Palanca Award in 1954 and remains one of the most performed plays in the Philippines. And also his books of plays include The World is an Apple and other prize plays. The Portable Florentino, Memento Mori, Sangyugto, Panahon ng Digma, and last, From Book to Stage, and among others. He published, edited 75 books under his imprints from 1959 to 2001. And among them were the early works of his colleagues like Jose Garcia Villa. These are the some of the works of Jose Garcia Villa. Poems 55, a Daviglione book of Philippine poetry, Poems in Praise of Love, selected stories from Footnote to Youth, and lastly is the Essential Villa. Next person is Nick Joaquin, and these are the works of Nick Joaquin. Portrait of the Artist as Filipino, Laval de Manila and other essays. The Song of Maria Clara and other poems. San Eustaquio Martyr, Saint Eustachius Martyr. And lastly is Francisco Arcellana. And some of the work of Francisco Arcellana is Selected Stories, 15 Stories by Francisco Arcellana, and lastly is The Essential Arcellana, among many others. And Alberto Florentino was also the main script writer for the television show Balintataw, and was recently honored by Radio Balintataw for his role in the award-winning drama series of the early 60s and 70s. The show, spearheaded by producer Cecily Gaydot, now Alvarez, directors Lupita Concho, now Kashiwahara, and Nick Lee Zaso, and Florentino was noteworthy for adapting short stories by Filipino writers like Amador T. Daguio, Nick Joaquin, Jose Garcia Villa, Wilfredo Nolido, Bienvenido Santos, and among others. And also, Alberto Florentino was one of the 1960 Toym Awardees for Literature, an honor he shared that year with Benigno Aquino Jr., for public service. And, and on 2008, he was given a Presidential Medal of Merit for being distinguished literary figure by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. And at the same year, in 2008, he was presented with the Dakilang Pilipino Award by the Consulate General in New York. And the year of 2011, he was among the honorees in a tribute to the living legends of Philippine theater. On October 1, 2011, Florentino was one of 12 honored at the tribute to Filipino literary laureates. a highlight of the first Filipino-American International Book Festival or Phil Book Fest held in San Francisco, CA. Alberto Florentino migrated to the U.S. in the early 80s and lived in New York where his third daughter Lila took over the role of Miss Saigon on Broadway after Lea Salonga. And he recently moved to Portland, Oregon. So, this is The World is an Apple by Alberto Florentino. This is a film. And next is our foreign playwrights. So, our foreign playwrights none other than is William Shakespeare. So, William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and actor. He is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's greatest dramatist. He is often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. And William Shakespeare is widely considered the greatest dramatist of all time as well as the most influential writer during his time in the history of the English language. He originated hundreds of words and phrases that English speakers use to this day. His impact on literature is so massive that one could make an argument that every one of his works deserves a spot on this list. But these 7 plays and 1 poetry collection are undoubtedly among his most important achievements. And this is one of the work of William Shakespeare. It's on stage play. So that's all for our last lesson for today. So before I leave this pre-recorded video, I want to say good things take time. It will be worth the wait. And that's all. Thank you.